Monday. Ever since what happened at the feminist club, my life's been a living hell. The video went viral and now I'm the laughingstock of the whole school. This is what happens when you pour your heart out to a woman. They throw it back in your face. I don't know if this is even gonna blow over or if I'm gonna have to live this down for the rest of my life. But the way things are now, it's not looking too good. Literally everyone at my school knows who I am and makes fun of me every chance they get. And it's not just the students too. Even the teachers are getting in on it. Meanwhile, the early feminists didn't imagine this would lead to guys using it to get laid. Lunch was even worse. There was basically no place I could sit, since I'm basically an outcast at this point. So I was forced to do what all the other rejects do and eat on the floor. I remember last year in social studies about castes in ancient India and how they were high caste and low caste. The highest caste was called Brahmin, who were apparently priests in ancient India. Meanwhile, the lowest castes were literally called untouchables because you couldn't touch them or else you'd go to jail or something. Well, that's me now, and I figure I'd best get used to it, because judging by the way things are going, it's not gonna change anytime soon. After school, I got home and that's when Roderick came up to me. He told me that this was some next level sim shit and that it was bound to blow up in my face. Apparently, the news of the thing spread to the high school, so basically everyone in the school district knows about what happened. I'm basically doomed. Everywhere I'll go, I'll be a laughingstock. I hate women so much. I'd love for there to be a way to show them who's boss. But the way things are, that's pretty much impossible. Society is basically controlled by women, which means that if you do something that a woman doesn't like, she can ruin your life just like that. Maybe someday someone will find a way to stand up to them. But for now, best of luck to you. If you're a handsome guy like Bryce and his crony, then you'll obviously be fine. But for the rest of us, things aren't as kind. Because there's a huge difference in how women treat men who are attractive versus how they treat men who aren't attractive. Don't any of you nerds write my name down. While I was thinking about this, I remembered all of a sudden something that Albert Sandy said last year. It was something about a red pill, and it was basically everything I was realizing now. That women control society, and that most men were left out while women got the most of it. He said that women like alpha men over beta men, and that alpha men. Okay, I'm genuinely cringing at what I'm recording here. Just trot on, just trot on. And that alpha men are generally more successful than beta men. Apparently, when women see alpha men, they get tingles and lose all rational thought. And that's because women are so enamored with alpha men, they'll actually do what alpha men say. I can't tell you how much times I've said alpha men, dog. Like, show. He said that men can level up and become more alpha by changing their mind. Now, I don't know about you, but I certainly could use a level up. I don't know if Albert Sandy is going to be willing to talk to me given my status, but I figured that if there's a chance, then it's worth to see if he's willing to teach me about the red pill and how to level up and become an alpha male. Because if I can become an alpha male, I can show the women at my school who's boss. And when they finally want me, when they see how much of an alpha male I am, you'd better believe I'm gonna reject them the same way they rejected me. So that way I can spite them and yep. Damn, this is on par with some incel shit. I can't even lie to you, dog. And stick it to them. They didn't want me when I was nice, so this time I'm not gonna be so nice. You wanna go out with us, Greg? No. Tuesday. So today I set off to try and find Albert Sandy. It wasn't hard to find him since he was sitting at the same table he usually sits. Obviously, I couldn't go over there and sit with him since the incident at the feminist club means that I'm a complete outcast, so I waited for lunch to be over before I made my move. When lunch was over, I caught Albert Sandy by myself walking out of the lunchroom and to his next class. I went up to him and I did my best to get his attention. Now, like I said, I wasn't sure how he was gonna react since I'm pretty much the laughing stock of the school, but I managed to get his attention. I told him I remembered what he said about the red pill last year and that I'd like to learn more about it. He looked at me and told me to meet him after school. He then gave me a sheet of paper with an address. Now, I didn't know what he was gonna do, but I could tell that this was serious. So after school, I went to the address on the sheet of paper Albert gave me. When I got there, it looked familiar, and that's when I realized this is Bryce's restaurant. So, in case you didn't know, over the summer, Bryce and his friends made a restaurant for all the parents in the neighborhood to come over to in order to raise money. I guess he got bored of it since it's pretty much abandoned by now, but it's still here. I didn't know why Albert would bring me here. Things were already looking pretty sketchy, and that's when Albert popped up from under the table. Then a bunch of other guys started popping up from under the tables. I recognized one of them as Shirag and then the other as Tyson. Now I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe they were trying to jump me or haze me, or even worse. But then Albert welcomed me to the Hustlers University. Oh my god. He explained that this was an after school society of elite men who wanted to learn the ways of the red pill and become more alpha. I hate this. I hate this. I hate it. Why do I keep saying alpha? Like alpha. Oh! That's when Shirag decided to butt in and said that it wasn't a good idea to let the biggest beta in the school join the club. But Albert said that anyone who wants to learn should be able to join and that a man's biggest failures can be turned into his greatest success. I asked Albert why we were at Bryce's restaurant and he responded by saying that Bryce is the alpha male of the school and that the goal of Hustlers University is for us to learn Bryce's way and become greater than him. He said that the restaurant once belonged to Bryce, but since he left it once school started, Hustlers University has taken it for themselves. Albert went on to say that this is just like how now Bryce holds the crown as alpha male, but that soon it will belong to the members of Hustlers University. Albert explained that the ultimate goal of Hustlers University was to assert Bryce and his cronies by becoming the ultimate alphas of our school. And if I took the red pill and joined them, I could share his success too. This sounded like a pretty good deal to me, especially given my current status. So I told Albert I'm in. I accept. So it looks like I'm an official member of Hustlers University. Albert explained to me that the basics of red pill ideology. He said that there are two types of men, alpha males and beta males. He explained that alpha males are assertive and dominant, while beta males are meek and submissive. Damn, sounds like me for real. And tend to follow the rules more. He said that alpha males are generally more willing to break the rules and step over people to get what they want, while beta males are more concerned with pleasing others. He said that what makes a man successful are the traits of an alpha male, but that society has conditioned men to behave like beta males. He said that being dominant is what turns on women, and that the dominant man is the one that gets the most respect. He said that women actually want to be controlled and that they only pretend not to because that's not socially acceptable. He also said that in general, women are only dating the top 10% of men. He then started talking about something called hypergamy, which is basically the idea that women are dating up. So if a woman's a 4, she's probably gonna be dating a 7 as opposed to a guy who's a 4. So basically, if you're a sub 5, then you're not even a person to them. I don't even know what I read, bro. Like, I'm gonna put like I'm gonna put an alpha meter somewhere in this video. Maybe I don't fucking know. I'm gonna put that there to track how much times I've said alpha in like the past. Heck, it's tracking it right now actually. By the way, if you enjoyed this shit, just like make sure you subscribe and like. I guess I don't know. I'm out.